Love mangoes? You're going to love this mango mousse cake. Ooh, delicious. Just lightly spray a cake tin with some oil and then add in 250 grams of sweet sticky rice, green coloured. Just smash it down, put that aside. Get 250 grams of mango puree, 150 grams of sugar and 120 grams of yoghurt. Stir it all together on the stove all the while. Add 10 grams of blooming gelatin. Once that's all mixed together, take it off the heat and in a mixing bowl add 300 millilitres of whipping cream. Whip it up to a nice thick cream and add in your mango mixture. Mix it together, of course. Now we are going to pour this delightful mixture over our green sweet sticky rice. Ooh, look at that. Yum. Right, time to get your mango. We're going to slice it long ways and using a small scoop, we're just going to scoop out the mango to put on top of our mousse, which is now set. Sprinkle on some mung beans and a sprig of mint in the middle, and there you have it. Ready to rock. Mango mousse. Why not drizzle some cream on top? Delicious. All you need is 10 grams of agar powder, 20 grams of sugar, put it in a pot on a stove, give it a little bit of a stir, and then we add our 200 millilitres of milk and 200 millilitres of whipping cream. We're going to give that another stir as it heats up on the stove. Let it become perfectly combined before removing it from the heat. Now this is going to be our Panna Cotta mixture. This is the white part of our gelatine dessert. We're going to then get a glass which we will tilt on its side and add our Panna Cotta mixture. The great thing about this recipe is it's so easy. It only requires 4 ingredients: your gelatine powder, Agar is actually vegan gelatin powder, and your heavy cream, your milk, and your watermelon. And voila, there you have it. Now, we're going to put that in the fridge to chill for 1 hour so it sets nice. Meanwhile, we'll get a watermelon, cut it in half. Be very careful with this part. You'll need a nice big sharp knife to do that. You can actually choose any fruits you like. You could use blueberries with a blue coloured jello, or even raspberries. Now we're going to get a scoop. We can use an ice cream scoop to scoop out little pieces of the watermelon. We're going to keep doing this so we get quite a few scoops of watermelon out, let's say 5 or 6 for each glass of Panna Cotta dessert. Put those aside. Meanwhile, 10 grams of agar powder, 20 grams of sugar, again in the cooking pot. Give it a stir, making sure it's evenly distributed. Next, we're going to add 400 millilitres of water. That's all we need, folks. So we'll stir that, make sure all the agar powder and sugar has dissolved in the water. While it's heating, we want it to bubble away nicely. When it's been bubbling for a while, we're going to turn off the heat and remove the mixture from the stove. Now that is going to cool down, and while it's cooling, we'll add our watermelon chunks on top of our Panna Cotta mixture, which is now nicely set. And then we add our agar water, our vegan gelatin water mixture on top, all the way to the top of the glass. It looks great in a short glass like this. We're going to stick that in the fridge to chill for a further 1 hour. And when it's set and ready, we take it out and add our decorations. We're using a few sugar decorations. And why not add a few sprigs of green mint? It looks fantastic against the red and the white. Even the flowers are matching. I would not mind a scoop of that. Oof, how refreshing. Fancy something refreshing this summer? Why not try this gorgeous lemon cake? Looks really cool too, doesn't it? I think so. Right, just get a fresh lemon and start slicing it up. Yummy. We'll slice the whole thing. Mind your fingers. Right, put that aside. And get your lemon cake, which you have made earlier. Basically just a vanilla cake with lemon flavour in it, or even lemon rind. Fantastic flavour that gives. We're layering it with buttercream icing to add that extra sweetness. Ooh, we do love it. let's use dark yellow buttercream icing to cover the outside. Makes it look more lemony, you know. As you can see, we are getting paler and paler as we get to the top of our cake. That is a very cool fading effect. Looks good, right? Smooth it all out. Ready to stick on your fresh lemons. You can always use candy lemons and anything yellow really because it will all look great, but this adds a certain freshness to it, don't you think? One on the side there. And some mint leaves. Ooh, yum. It's the kind of cake that you feel like you want to drink. Stick in an umbrella. A drinking straw. And there you have it. A very nice lemon cake tail. Get it? Cake tail? Go on, have a slice. I would not mind that with a cup of tea. Nyam Nyam brings you 3 summer banana snacks that are perfect to pull off a tantalising sweet treat in a jiffy. All you need is bananas, Nutella, natural yoghurt, honey, peanut butter, chocolate, caster sugar, eggs, flour, milk and whipped cream. So, let's get started. So, just slice up a banana, stick it in a bowl, stick it in a blender, add some natural yoghurt and a teaspoon of honey. Whiz away. Pour it in a sealable food container and stick it in the freezer. And there you have banana frozen yoghurt. Stick a flake in it, I'm done. And a little slice of banana here and there. Next, we're going to get a cupcake holder, some peanut butter, some chocolate, and of course bananas. Add a spoon of melted chocolate, a slice of banana, a squeeze of peanut butter, and layer it like so. Once you've made a few of those, you can stick them in the freezer. Then take them out, finally topping it with some Nutella, chopped nuts, candy, and of course, the banana. Yummy! For our third recipe, we add 100 grams of caster sugar and 2 eggs to a mixing bowl. Whisk them together and add 85 grams of plain flour and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract with 60 millilitres of milk, 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And there you have it, a waffle mixture. Stick it in a waffle pan. And when it's done, put it in a bowl to mould it into a bowl shape. And there you have a perfect waffle bowl. Dip it in melted chocolate and colourful sprinkles. Put some whipped cream in the middle and some chopped nuts. And of course, your sliced banana. And a cherry on top. Delicious. Are you ready for this mango delight? Alright, here we go. All you need is 95 grams of all-purpose flour and the same of sugar. Then we're going to add 20 grams of cocoa powder, half a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/4 teaspoon of salt to that. Mix it together and put it aside. Meanwhile, in a separate bowl, we will mix 40 grams of banana, roughly half a banana, and mash it up. We're going to mix it with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of white vinegar, 40 millilitres of oil, and 110 millilitres of almond milk. Whisk that together. Now, it's time to pour our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients. Mix it till it's perfectly combined. And there we have it. That is going to go into our baking tin. Pour it all in, and that's going to be baked in the oven at 180 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. Meanwhile, we get some coconut milk cream and we spoon it into another mixing bowl. Give it a whisk. 30 grams of sugar is going to go into a pot with 1 teaspoon of agar powder. Add 50 millilitres of water to that. Once it's dissolved and bubbling away, we add 350 millilitres of mango puree, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Mix it together nicely. And take it off the heat, pouring it onto your coconut cream milk. Mix that together to form your mousse. This is going to go on top of our cake, which is ready out of the oven. Now, this whole cake is going to go in the freezer to set. And whilst that is in the freezer, we get some baking paper cut to size. Now we're going to squeeze some melted dark chocolate from a piping bag, making an ultra cool pattern. Once set, we can just lift that up and wrap it around the outside of our mango mousse cake. All the way around the outside, remove the baking paper, and there you have a beautiful border. Why not add some peanuts? And a few strawberries. Beautiful looking decoration. Sprig of mint for a spot of colour. And there you have it. Mango mousse cake. Delicious. Let's get fresh with this watermelon summer cake. Stunning, ain't she? Ready? Here we go. You get your slice of watermelon and using a cookie cutter, cut out a flower shape. Scoop out a tiny bit from the middle and add a grape. Stick in a skewer and there you have a flower. Make several of these, put them aside. Meanwhile, get your red velvet cake and layer it with buttercream icing. We like using the red velvet cake because the red colour keeps in the theme with watermelon. You can of course use a plain vanilla cake and simply use food colouring to make it red. Smooth this over. There we go. We're going to add some blueberries around the edge. Stick in our fruit flowers. You can in fact use a variety of fruit. You don't have to use all watermelon. You can use different types of melon because we have all different coloured melons, yellow and orange. Even pineapple would be great too. Add some more fresh fruit around the edge, which has been cut into hearts. And there you have it. Beautifully displayed, easy to make, super delicious. Can't go wrong with a bit of red velvet. Yum. Need a quick sugar fix and don't know what to do? Well, Nyam Nyam has a solution for you. These gorgeous fruit salad cream cones are a brilliant and easy to make solution to satisfy your sweet cravings. With a few staple ingredients, they're super easy to make. So, let's get started. Ready? Melt some white chocolate. Dip in your ice cream cone and stick on some sprinkles and candies. A little bit of white chocolate in there too. Get 600 millilitres of whipping cream and 350 millilitres of sweetened condensed milk. Mix with 1 teaspoon of bubblegum flavouring and 1 teaspoon of purple food colouring. Add in some popping candy to that for a nice surprise and spoon it into your ice cream cone. Stick that in a jar and freeze it. When it's ready, it's time to stick on some fruit using white chocolate to stick it all together. Kiwis, strawberries, blackberries and some mango. This time, it's milk chocolate and chocolate sprinkles. The same idea, same amount of whipped cream, sweetened condensed milk, lemon flavouring this time, and a little yellow food colouring. Let's add some marshmallows to this one. Imagine all the different variations you could make. Freeze that, and then add on your fruit. Dipped in melted milk chocolate to stick it all together. Sprinkle on a few chopped nuts for a finishing touch, and Bob's your uncle. Can you believe how easy that was? Imagine what you could do with this recipe. Go on. Check out this delicious fruit fresh cream cake. Ooh, yum. It's actually pretty easy to make. You just slice up some fresh fruit of your liking. We are choosing strawberries. Cutting the end off and then cutting them lengthways like this. Add a kiwi which has been peeled. Nice thin slices. There we go. And a mango. Slicing it all along. And then just using a spoon to ease out the segments. Perfect. Time to just lay our fruit out on a tray. Now we're going to get a vanilla cake which we made earlier, or you can buy it pre-made from the store if you don't have time to make it yourself. And we're layering it with syrup, buttercream icing, fruit, more buttercream icing, and then more cake. And we're going to use a different fruit in each layer. So we start with strawberries. Now it's mango. Then last but not least, kiwi. Let's cover the entire outside in whipped cream. If you don't want to use whipped cream, you could use maybe a vegan alternative such as coconut cream. You could also use cream cheese, that's very nice, cream cheese frosting. Even buttercream icing, anything that you can stick your slices of fruit on. Decorate it as you wish, as much or as little as you like. And then we're going to kind of bury those in with more cream. We don't want to cover the fruit, but we want it to reach the edge of the fruit. Some more whipped cream on top. And final pieces of fruit for presentation. Bigger chunks this time. A few fondant flower decorations. It's all in the finishing touches, you know. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Super creamy, super fresh. Even got fruit in it. So kind of healthy. Go on. I know you want to. A dash of colour and a drizzle of coconut cream. All you need is some coconut milk. Pour it in a pan with 120 millilitres of sugar and a pinch of salt. Stir it whilst on a low heat. Once it's all dissolved, we're going to remove that and put it into 5 different bowls. Add a drop of food colouring into each bowl. Stir it up to make your rainbow of colours. Now, in each bowl we're going to add some hot sticky rice that we made earlier. We want it to be glutinous rice for this recipe, so it's nice and sticky. Now, set those aside. And in a separate mixing bowl we add unsalted butter, icing sugar and salt. 1 egg goes in there and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. 200 grams of all-purpose flour. Add it a little bit at a time until you have a dough-like consistency. That is going to be rolled out on our chopping board, and we're going to cut a circle shape using a cake tin. Put that in our pie tray, pressing it around the edges and then removing any excess. Prick some holes in the base with a fork to let the air in and bake it at 150 degrees for 18 minutes. Meanwhile, 250 grams of mango puree, 100 grams of sugar and 6 egg yolks go in a pan with 250 grams of unsalted butter. That gets poured into our pie once ready out of the oven. Gooey and gorgeous. Chill that for an hour and it's ready. Time to add our rainbow sticky rice on top. Gorgeous. A sprig of mint and our coconut milk. Go on, have a bite.